Senator Gold on the very serious issue of national security. Well, we're finally getting a public inquiry on foreign interference, and as you know, we're getting one because the Prime Minister was dragged into one kicking and screaming. And as we also know, Government Leader, we're still waiting for the government to take action on the foreign registry, and of course, I suspect we won't see action until there's a new government elected. I think we're all aware of the very serious allegations brought forward by the Prime Minister as well in the House of Commons yesterday, and out of respect for the ongoing investigative process, I won't comment on that or ask you to comment on that, Government Leader. However, it does highlight the importance of parliamentary oversight and the opposition's role and participation in that oversight when it comes to our national security and foreign interference. And Government Leader, in your answer, you said to the Leader of the Official Opposition, the Prime Minister made choices vis-a-vis NSICOP. There's no choices to be made. There has to be a parliamentary body representative of all parties, and particularly when it comes to the Senate chamber, the official opposition. Now, will you commit, Government Leader, to go back to the Prime Minister's office and explain to them that there has to be a representative from the official opposition on NSICOP? And if not, can you explain to this chamber why not?
I am not prepared to commit to you or to this chamber the advice or recommendations that I will give to the Prime Minister, nor to report on the advice or recommendations that I have given to the Prime Minister. I stand by my answer.
Senator Rousakos, complémentaire.
I don't need you to disclose what conversations you have or don't have with the PMO, but at least you can remind the PMO to respect the parliamentary rules and the procedures in this chamber, and the fact that there's an opposition party that has a role to play in the Senate. Senator Gold, part of your job in this newly independent Senate is to provide answers on behalf of the government. And you're supposedly non-affiliated. So if we give you until Thursday this week, 2 days, I think that's more than enough time to go back to the Prime Minister's office and tell the Prime Minister that it's unacceptable to exclude the official opposition from NSICOP. And in the spirit of independence and in the spirit of respecting Parliament, would you, like I said earlier in my first question, would you commit to doing that in order to bring back some credibility to this institution and allow it to do its role when it comes to oversight?
Senator Gold.
I have made the Prime Minister aware of the concerns of the Senate and groups in the Senate as to the composition of NSICOP, the work that the senators from the members of NSICOP from the Senate have done and will continue to do are exemplary and bring credit to the institution.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Senator Gold, on Tuesday, my colleagues and I asked you multiple questions about the Prime Minister Trudeau's Senate appointments to the National Security and Intelligence Committee of Parliamentarians, known as NSICOP. We asked for transparency on the appointments, and we've asked you to get information from the Prime Minister as the representative of the Trudeau government in this chamber. Senator Gold, you've had 2 days to make a phone call and get an answer from your boss, the Prime Minister. Why are there no Conservative opposition senators on NSICOP?
Thank you for your question. As I answered on many occasions to your questions on Tuesday, the Prime Minister made the decision based upon a range of criteria ranging from the need for diversity, geographic and others, and the competencies that different candidates would have brought forward, and the needs of the committee.
What?
And of course, there are many Conservatives that would be able to fulfill all of the criteria you just mentioned. Senator Gold, let's be clear. This isn't about us personally being upset for not being included. This is about Prime Minister Trudeau's disregard, complete lack of regard for democratic representation and balance for a committee that deals with issues of national security and intelligence matters. NSICOP is tasked to review issues that Canadians are, with good reason, increasingly worried about. At a time when Canadians need reassurance, the Prime Minister chooses to disregard the Convention of cross-party cooperation and has seemingly chosen to appoint only supporters of his government and him personally at NSICOP. Senator Gold, why is Prime Minister Trudeau going to such great lengths to exclude the opposition in the Senate? Why is the government so afraid of having an opposition party at the table?
Senator Gold,
It is simply not the case that the Prime Minister is appointing, quote, supporters of him. He has named 3 senators, eminent senators, qualified senators, who are not identified with any political party. NSICOP has members of the of the Conservative Party and all opposition parties in the chamber. It is a well-rounded, diverse, and extremely competent body that has served Canadians well.